Good morning, students. Welcome back to Zoology online class. Last class, we have studied manifestation of disease. Have you remember, children? Shall I ask? Okay, good. What are the types of diseases? Communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases. What do you mean communicable diseases? The diseases caused by external factors. Example, influenza, tuberculosis. What is non-communicable diseases? They are caused by internal factors. Example, diabetes, coronary heart disease. Clear? Next, airborne diseases. Which is the causative organism of common cold? Rhinovirus. Which is the causative organism of measles, rubella virus? What are the symptoms of chickenpox? Eruptions of skin, fever, and uneasiness. Clear? Next, bacteria. Which is the causative organism of whooping cough? Bordetella pertussis. Bordetella pertussis. What are the symptoms of tuberculosis? Persistent cough, chest pain, loss of weight, and appetite. Persistent cough, chest pain, loss of weight, and appetite. Clear? Shall we enter the today's class? Okay. Today, we are going to learn about waterborne diseases. What do you mean waterborne diseases? The diseases spread through contaminated water. The diseases spread through contaminated water. Microbes present in the contaminated water cause various infectious diseases. Some of the waterborne diseases are cholera, typhoid, infectious hepatitis, poliomyelitis, diarrhea, etc. Okay. So, best example we can take cholera as well as typhoid. Okay. Now, we can see the most common waterborne diseases and their causative microbial agents, symptoms of these diseases, and preventive measures. First one, disease. Poliomyelitis. Disease, poliomyelitis. Causative organism, poliovirus. Causative organism, poliovirus. Mode of transmission. Mode of transmission, droplet infection, sputum, discharge, secretion from nose, throat, contaminated water, food and milk. Okay. So, how it will enter our body? Through oral droplets, saliva or sputum as well as contaminated water, food and milk. Clear? Organ affected. Central nervous system. So, the central nervous system includes brain and spinal cord. So, when the virus enter our body, it will affect our central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord. Okay. Symptoms. Paralysis of limbs. Paralysis of limbs. They cannot able to walk. Okay. So, limbs means legs and arms. Legs and arms. Next, preventive and control measures. Preventive and control measures. Salk vaccine or oral polio vaccine. Salk vaccine or oral polio vaccine. That is help to prevent the disease. Okay. Which is the preventive measure? Salk vaccine or oral polio vaccine. Clear children? Which is the causative organism? Polio virus. Causative organism? Polio virus. Second one, hepatitis A or infectious hepatitis. Hepatitis A or infectious hepatitis. Causative organism, hepatitis A virus. Causative organism, hepatitis A virus. Mode of transmission, how it will enter our body. Contaminated water, food and oral route. Contaminated water, food and oral route. So oral route means through mouth. Okay. Then organ affected. Inflammation of liver. Symptoms: nausea, anorexia, acute fever and jaundice. Nausea means vomiting sensation. Anorexia, no hungry. Clear? Acute fever and jaundice. Okay. Next, preventive and control measures. Prevention of food contamination, drinking chlorinated boiled water, personal hygiene. Okay. First we have to prevent contaminated food eating. Second, we have to drink chlorinated boiled water. Third, we have to maintain personal hygiene. Okay. Next one, disease. Acute diarrhea. Okay. Acute diarrhea. Causative organism, rotavirus. Causative organism, rotavirus. Mode of transmission, contaminated water, food and oral route. Contaminated water, food and oral route. Organ affected, intestine. Organ affected, intestine. Okay. Symptoms: vomiting, fever, watery stools with mucus. Okay. The stools contain water and along with that mucus is coming. Okay. Then preventive measures, proper sanitation and hygiene. Proper sanitation and hygiene. Okay. So once again we can see waterborne diseases caused by virus. Waterborne diseases caused by virus. First one, poliomyelitis. First one, what is that? Poliomyelitis. Causative organism, poliovirus. Causative organism, poliovirus. Okay. Then mode of transmission, how it will enter our body. Droplet infection, sputum discharge. Okay. Then secretion from nose, throat, contaminated water, food and milk. Organ affected, central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord. Okay. Symptoms: paralysis of limbs, legs and arms, that is hands affected. Okay. Preventive measures, we can take medicine, that is vaccine. Salk vaccine as well as oral polio vaccine. Which vaccine we should be take? Salk vaccine as well as oral polio vaccine. Okay. So polio virus causing the disease poliomyelitis. Disease name poliomyelitis. Okay. Preventive measure, which vaccine we should be take? Salk vaccine as well as oral polio vaccine. Oral polio vaccine. Okay. Second disease, hepatitis A. Hepatitis A. Okay. Causative organism, which is the causative organism? Hepatitis A virus. Hepatitis A virus. How it will enter our body? Through contaminated water, food and oral route. Okay. Oral route means through mouth. Which organ affected? Inflammation of liver. So liver will be swelling. Inflammation of liver. Then symptoms, how to find out the person is affected by the particular disease hepatitis A? Nausea, anorexia, acute fever and jaundice. Okay. So the person will get it, vomiting sensation, then no hungry, then fever as well as jaundice. So how to prevent it? Preventive measures. So prevention of contamination, food contamination, and drinking chlorinated boiled water, as well as personal hygiene. Last one, personal hygiene. The last disease, acute diarrhea. Okay, so acute diarrhea, the casualty organism is rotavirus. Which is the casualty organism? Rotavirus. Okay, so mode of transmission, how it will enter our body? Through contaminated water, food and oral route. Through contaminated water, food and oral route. Okay, so which organ it will affect it? Intestine. It will affect the organ intestine. Okay, then symptoms, vomiting, fever, watery stools with mucus. So stools means motion. The motion contains water as well as mucus. Preventive measures. Okay, so proper sanitation and hygiene. We should be maintain our body proper hygienic situation as well as surroundings also. Dear children, so next one, the waterborne disease caused by bacteria. Waterborne disease caused by bacteria. Okay, the disease cholera, acute diarrheal disease. Cholera, acute diarrheal disease. Casualty organism, Vibrio cholerae. Which is the casualty organism? Vibrio cholerae. Mode of transmission. So how it will enter our body? Through contaminated food, water, oral route, and through cow's flies. So here some vectors also carrying this disease. Okay, so cow's flies, contaminated food, water, oral route, and through cow's flies. Which organ it will affect it? Intestinal tract. Okay, intestinal tract. Symptoms, acute diarrhea with rice, watery stools. So often getting loose motion, vomiting, muscular cramps. That means muscle getting pain, nausea and dehydration. Okay, so nausea means vomiting sensation. Nausea means vomiting sensation. So preventive measures, how we can prevent the disease cholera? Hygienic sanitary condition. Okay, second one, intake of oral rehydration solution. Intake of oral rehydration solution. Okay, when the person is affected by cholera, so spoilage of water, to compensate, we have to take more oral rehydration solution. Clear children? Next one, typhoid, enteric fever. Typhoid, enteric fever. Casualty organism, Salmonella typhi. Casualty organism, Salmonella typhi. Mode of transmission. So how it will enter our body? Through food and water contaminated with fecus of infected person and through houseflies. Okay, so from fecus in infected person as well as houseflies. Okay. Which organ it will affect it? Small intestine. It will affect the organ small intestine. Symptoms, high fever, weakness, abdominal pain, headache, loss of appetite, rashes on chest and upper abdomen. Okay, so appetite means no hungry. So rashes on chest and upper abdomen means a paining as well as swelling in the region. So preventive measures, preventing contamination of food by flies and dust, improvement of basic sanitation, treatment with antibiotic drugs. Okay, first we have to protect our environment as well as our body, making hygienic situation. Then we have to prevent the flies, okay, house flies, as well as taking medicine, that is treatment with antibiotic drugs. Treatment with antibiotic drugs. Okay, so once again we can see waterborne diseases caused by bacteria. Waterborne diseases caused by bacteria. Okay, the first one, disease cholera. Disease cholera. So how it will enter our body? Through contaminated food, water and oral route. Contaminated food, water and oral route. And cow's flies also, okay, through cow's flies. Okay, which is the casualty organism? Vibrio cholerae. Which is the castio organism? Vibrio cholerae. Okay. So which organ it will affect it? Intestinal tract. Intestinal tract. Symptoms. How to find out the person is affected by cholera? Okay. Acute diarrhea with rice watery stools, vomiting, muscular cramps, nausea and dehydration. Okay. So often getting stools means motion. Okay. Then vomiting, muscular cramps means body pain. Okay. Muscles getting pain, nausea, that is vomiting sensation, as well as dehydration. Okay. Removal of water occurs from the body. So preventive measures. How to control this disease? Hygienic sanitary condition as well as intake of oral rehydration solution. First we have to maintain hygienic situation. Second we have to take oral rehydration solution. Okay. Next disease, typhoid. Disease, typhoid. Castio organism, Salmonella typhi. Castio organism, Salmonella typhi. Okay. So how to enter our body? Same like cholera. Okay. Contaminated food, water and house flies. Okay. Also because of infected person to other person. Then which organ affected? Small intestine. Which organ affected? Small intestine. Symptoms. Okay. High fever, weakness, abdominal pain, headache, loss of appetite, raises on chest and upper abdomen. So preventive measures. How to prevent it? Okay. So preventing contamination of food by flies and dust, improvement of basic sanitation, treatment with antibiotic drugs. To avoid these diseases, we have to maintain our surroundings in hygienic situation. So we can prevent the diseases. Clear, children? So which is the castio organism of acute diarrhea? Rotavirus. Which is the castio organism of acute diarrhea? Rotavirus. Okay. Which is the castio organism of hepatitis A? Hepatitis A virus. Hepatitis A virus. Okay. Which is the castio organism of cholera? Vibrio cholerae. Vibrio cholerae. Okay. So which organ affected the disease? Poliomyelitis. Okay. Central nervous system. To affect the organ, central nervous system. How to prevent the disease typhoid? So preventing contamination of food by flies and dust, improvement of basic sanitation, treatment with antibiotic drugs. Okay. So how to prevent the disease poliomyelitis? So we have to take the vaccine, Salk vaccine as well as oral polio vaccine. Salk vaccine as well as oral polio vaccine. Clear, children? Which is the mode of transmission of hepatitis A? Contaminated water, food and oral route. Contaminated water, food and oral route. I hope all understood. Yes? Okay. Next one is vector-borne diseases. Children, what do you mean vector? The diseases carried by some agents are vectors. That is, animals or insects. Clear? For example, cholera. We studied the disease cholera, isn't it? So it is transmitted through houseflies. Yes? Okay. There, houseflies are vectors. Okay. Houseflies are vectors. They carry the disease from infected person to healthy person or infected person speaks to healthy person. Okay. Vector is an agent that acts as an intermediate carrier of the pathogen. Many insects and animals act as vectors. Disease transmitted by vectors are called vector-borne diseases. So, the disease transmitted by vectors are called vector-borne diseases. Clear, children? What is vector-borne diseases? The disease transmitted by vectors are called vector-borne diseases. These vectors can transfer infecting agents from an infected person to another healthy person. Okay. Some of the insect vector-borne diseases are malaria, filaria, chikungunya, dengue. Okay. Malaria, filaria, chikungunya and dengue. These diseases are transmitted through animals or bird flu and swine flu. Bird flu as well as swine flu. Clear? So, now we can see one by one. The first one is malaria. Okay. You all know, isn't it? So, during rainy season, many people are affected by the disease malaria. Okay. So, malaria continues to be one of the major health problems of developing countries. Okay. It is caused by protozoan parasite Plasmodium. Malaria is caused by protozoan parasite Plasmodium. Clear? Which is the castio organism? Plasmodium. In that Plasmodium, 4 species are there. They are Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum. Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum and Plasmodium ovale. Cause malaria. Malaria caused by Plasmodium falciparum is malignant and fatal. Okay. Approximately 300 million people around the world had infected with malaria every year. So, it is spreading every year through all the world. Okay. So, it spoils many people. It spread through the white top and insect vector, the female Anopheles mosquito. Which is the vector? Female Anopheles mosquito. Which is the castio organism? Plasmodium. Castio organism? Plasmodium. Vector? Female Anopheles mosquito. Okay. Symptoms: headache, nausea, muscular pain, chillness and shivering. Headache, nausea, muscular pain, chillness and shivering. Okay. So, how to prevent it? You have to take quinine drugs. It will kill the stages of malaria parasite. Okay. The person should take quinine drugs. It will kill the stages of malaria parasite. Children, do you know who discovered malaria was transmitted by mosquito? Sir Ronald Ross, the scientist Sir Ronald Ross, an Indian-born British doctor, is famous for his work concerning malaria. He worked in the Indian medical service for 25 years. He identified the developing stages of malarial parasite in the gastrointestinal tract of mosquito and proved that malaria was transmitted by mosquito. In 1902, he received the Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine for his work on the transmission of malaria. So, who discovered malaria was transmitted by mosquito? Sir Ronald Ross. Okay. In which year he got Nobel Prize for Physiology? In the year 1902. In the year 1902. Where he was born? He was an Indian-born British doctor. An Indian-born British doctor. Clear it, children? So, Sir Ronald Ross discovered the disease malaria was transmitted by mosquito. Okay, that's all today's portion. Now we can mark the question. Okay, children, take your book. Turn page number 270. Page number 270. Roman letter 1. Roman letter 1. Choose the correct answer. First one. Which of the following is transmitted through air? Which of the following is transmitted through air? Answer: tuberculosis. Option A. Second one. One of the means of indirect transmission of a disease is. One of the means of indirect transmission of a disease is. Answer: vectors. Answer: vectors. Option C. Third one. Diphtheria affect the dash. Diphtheria affect the dash. Answer throat. Answer throat. Option B. Option B. Question number 4. The primary organ infected during tuberculosis is. The primary organ infected during tuberculosis is. Answer lungs. Answer lungs. Option D. Fifth one. Microbes that generally enter the body through nose are likely to affect. Microbes that generally enter the body through nose are likely to affect. Answer lungs. Answer lungs. Option B. Sixth one. The organ affected by jaundice is. The organ affected by jaundice is. Answer liver. Answer liver. Option A. Seventh one. Poliomyelitis virus enters the body through. Poliomyelitis virus enters the body through. Answer mouth and nose. Mouth and nose. Option B. Option B. That's all, children. So learn properly. Thank you, children.